Hey girl, hey. My name is Kenya Denise and I am welcoming you to Mask with Jesus with me tonight. I haven't really solidified this, introduction or I haven't really solidified just, the full name of it, but right now it's going to be Mask with Jesus. Me just chatting with you all and just heartfelt communication about just my journey, where I'm at, in hopes that it can encourage you in wherever stage that you're at, especially in your walk with Christ. And so I am a Christian. I have been a Christian since October of 2017. That's when I gave my life to the Lord in my bedroom at my dad's house, and that he's actually selling right now. So really crazy just how things have just changed since I have given my life to the Lord. And I'm so grateful. And so what these videos are just going to serve as is just a time where we can really, just talk and chat, like girl chat, and talk about like real stuff. Like, I don't want to fluff. I don't want to hold back. Like, I want to be as raw and as vulnerable as I can be, and as much as I can share for whatever season that I'm in, because maybe there's some things that I can't share until the next season comes. I don't know. But however the Lord just leads me, I don't have a schedule at this moment because I have one topic today. I don't have the next topic yet. And so I think this is really just me walking out where I'm at right now with the Lord as I am connecting with you all. And I feel like this has definitely been way overdue with me actually like sitting down and doing these masks with Jesus. And so, yeah, here we are. Okay. So girl, get your tea. I have mine. Okay. It's really good. I actually really love, that's probably one of my favorite teas is mint tea and some fruity teas. It depends on the brand. Anyways, today's mask that I'm going to be using is Innis Free. This is a pore clearing clay mask with super volcanic clusters. So this is not sponsored. This is just a mask that I picked up that I just wanted to try out on my own. And so this is just the mask that I have just chosen to use today. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this mask, friends. Just with my hands. So girl, get your mask. So whoa, let's roll back. So this is a mask and chat. So either you can pause your video right here, go heat up your tea, heat up your water, whatever drink of choice you would like for this mask and chat. Go ahead and get that right now and grab your face mask, whether that's a sheet mask, whether that's a clay mask that I'm using, a hydrate mask, whatever mask that you have, go ahead and grab that, because by the time we get finished with this video, it'll be time for you to take it off. So let's get into it, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this mask with my fingers, y'all. I like to use my fingers. I know you can also just, use like a little cute brush, but today we ain't doing that, okay? And yeah, I will be talking with this mask on. I guess I'm gonna look a little crazy, y'all, and this is also one way that we are really getting vulnerable with each other too. Like, we are not holding back, okay? Okay, y'all, it's time to chat. So I know this looks super crazy, but I don't care. Like, next time, no, I don't care. We're masking and chatting, okay? This is literally, think of this as FaceTime, okay? We are FaceTiming, we're chatting, we're having girl time. So let me take a sip of my tea first, y'all. So, as I mentioned earlier, I have been a Christian. I have been following the Lord since October of 2017. And I can just honestly say, y'all, that I do not regret the decision to follow Christ. I don't, because my life, I'm not going to get deep into my testimony because this is just not the video for that. But my life definitely was not going down the road that it should be going. In a sense, like I just was honestly lost and just kind of like living life like YOLO, and granted, we do only live once, but okay, like what path are you going down? Are you going down the path of destruction? Or are you going down the path of, eternity with the Lord? I definitely was just living life like however I wanted to, so I do not regret my decision to follow Christ, because God really has been so good. Like he really has just been so good, y'all. And I have to continue to remind myself to think back on where I used to be, and even just the other trials that I have just experienced, like, and how he has gotten me through those. Like, I just have to continue to remind myself of that. And essentially what today is me just talking to you guys about how we have to be honest with God. Like, I think that when we think about, okay, well, I've been, walking with the Lord for X amount of years, like my faith should be strong. I should be the strong Christian. And it's like, I think that as you continue to walk with the Lord, your trials and suffering, I should say, I think they get a little bit more intense. Like, I think they get intense because at this point, you've been walking, okay? You've been walking, you've been running, and there comes moments where, I can say that I have just stumbled. I can say that there are moments where I have fallen short, where I have sinned. I am at a point right now in my walk with the Lord where God's plans are so unknown to me, and it does low-key scare me. Like, I'm gonna be straight up with you. The place that I'm in right now, God's plans scare me. I'm just in really unknown territory. Just to give a little background, I became a licensed esthetician shortly after becoming saved. So I got saved in 2017. I went on to become a licensed esthetician the following year, and that was totally by faith. God showed up. He paid for my esthetician program. I have a video on that if you want to check out that testimony. I worked at a day spa. I worked at a med spa after graduating, and then in 2018, I graduated. I got my license, worked at those two places, and then 2020 hit, and I launched my business in 2020, November 10th of 2020. So I actually just made 4 complete years of being a full-time business owner. And then in 2021, March 2021, I started taking clients in my suite. There has just been a lot of different changes that my life has just gone through in a lot of different ways. And I have just been in this place right now where I have felt like just frustration with God. I have felt anger. I have felt sadness. I have felt disappointment because life is just not looking like I thought it would be. Life is not horrible, but it's definitely far from what I expected. I mean, far from what I expected. And I am I'm still working through just like the disappointments. I'm working through the lack of expectations that I have, about my life, about just the life that God has for me. And so even speaking right now, like I have been living nomadic, if you could say. I'm currently house sitting, and I have been house sitting since August 11th. And I'm so grateful. This blessing came from God, and this was through community at my church. But is a blessing that this was an opportunity that I have right now. And it's really been hard for me to like see the blessing in it, because it's not the provision that I want. It's not the blessing that I want per se. But I can also see God's hand in caring for me right now as I am living rent free. But as of right now, it is November, and I have yet to figure out where I'm going to live come January 5th when the family comes back. And so I'm literally like in the trenches of like trusting God with all of my heart. And it has been really hard, y'all. It's been really hard trusting God. And because again, this is just not what I expected. I'm a full-time business owner. You know, money gets real funny as an entrepreneur. And if people want to sugarcoat entrepreneurship, they need to stop. Okay, maybe there are some people who just skyrocket, and become success overnight. But I'm a service provider. I provide services that are considered a luxury, and I'm not. And it's like it's so hard to not trust to trust God and not trust in people. I'm trusting God literally week by week for my manna, for Him to provide. My business bank account has gone to zero, and I've had to dip into my savings. I'm just being raw honest, because I just don't want to sugarcoat my life. I don't want to over glamorize where I'm at in entrepreneurship and put on this front, because it's not glamorous at all. It's literally not. I'm not in a place to be paying rent, and thank God, I have this place right now, and I'm paying myself. I'm definitely paying myself, but I'm paying myself literally trusting God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm giving myself money, and it's not, definitely not even close to the amount that I would want to be making right now, but I'm getting by, God has definitely been faithful. And so I just bring that up because in the midst of just like my life not looking how I thought it would, this has brought upon a lot of frustration. And the one thing that I am learning in this season is to be honest with God. I've had people encourage me to lament. And to be honest, lamenting sounded extremely frightening to me, because it's like you're exposing yourself in such a way that your emotions are just laid out. And I think in the back of my mind, I was afraid of just, okay, how much of this lamenting, not even how much, what's going to happen on the other side of my lament. And so my lamenting, it's been looking like crying. It's been looking like shouting. It's been looking like literally crying out to God. And I have been reading a really, really good book called Be Honest, Just Be Honest. And it's teaching us how to lament, because there is a misconception about this walk on the difference between complaining and actually bringing your complaints to God. I love the Psalms. I read through the whole Psalms earlier this year, and it really blessed me to see how people in the Bible literally brought their concerns to God. They brought their questions, they brought their doubts, they brought their anger, they brought their frustration, they brought their complaints to God in a way that in one hand, they're like, God, where are you? But they're still wrestling with God. So it still shows that they're still after God. I just had to be honest with God. I had to be blunt honest with God. And I'm still being blunt honest with God, because I'm daily still getting up, still trying to move forward with this business that God has not released me from. Trust me, I have asked the Lord to release me. I have asked God, if there is another job, is there something, let me go. I don't know, but it's I've prayed about it, and God has not opened the door. And so I'm just okay, I just have to keep going. I just have to keep going. I guess this is just, I have to just keep going. I have the faith that I just need to just keep going with this, right? With me, I can say that I was in a place where I consumed myself with so much YouTube. I consumed myself with so much of trying to just like numb myself away from feeling how I'm feeling because I did not know how to just go to God. It took me one day on the phone with a friend to be like, okay, YouTube has become my idol. I have literally given this thing so much of my time that I have now turned myself away from God. I'm not even going to God. I'm barely even reading my Bible. I'm doing the things that I think I should be doing as a Christian, but essentially I have turned my face from God, and this is the wrong thing to do. And so I was like, okay, first of all, I need to delete this app. Second, God, I need to tell God that I don't like your plan for my life. And I said that. I told God that I don't like your plan for my life right now. I don't like it. And after being able to say that, I can honestly say that I have felt like a relief. It's almost as if like the weight of what I was like carrying, because God already knew what was going on in my mind. Like he already knows how we're already thinking. Like he knows like I am really not feeling, his plan for my life right now. I just had to be really honest with that. I am like wrestling with God right now. I'm in such a wrestle, and this is just to encourage you to wrestle. This is encouraging to wrestle, sis. God invites wrestle. He invites it. Like he literally invites wrestle. Think about Jacob. Jacob literally wrestled with God. He wrestled with God. And he said he wasn't going to let him go. He wasn't going to let God go until he changed his name. God, like Jacob wrestled. And I'm at that place where like, God, I'm wrestling with you. And it's like the back of my mind, there has to be something on the other side of this. There has to be something on the other side of all of this, because I don't get it. I just don't understand. But I'm in a better place. I'm still, processing certain disappointments, still processing certain, grievances, but I'm in a better place where I can like worship. I'm in a better place where I can have moments of joy. I'm in a better place where I can laugh, where I can not hold this tension in my chest because I'm angry, Yeah. So that's essentially just what I just really want to encourage you with. I don't have, anything else right now, y'all, but to just encourage you to wrestle with God. Let's wrestle together. The next video, we may be still wrestling, sis. We may still be wrestling. And what I also learned about lament from the book, lamenting takes time. There's like stages of lament. And it takes time to get to praise. Like, it takes time. No one can rush you through your lament. God isn't even rushing you through your lament, but he is with you in the lament. Like I have experienced God in the moments where I am just bringing the things to him, even if it's just a song, that I'm listening to, I'm resonating with the song, and I'm feeling that the God, you're speaking to me in this song. So that's all I got, y'all. That's all I got. I'm going to wash off this mask, y'all, and then we will close out this Mask with Jesus chat. So I'll be right back. Hey, girl, did you wash your mask off? Where we at? I washed mine off and my skin feels amazing, y'all. It's feeling soft. I know you guys see the skin. It's glowing. I applied some hydrating serum and just a moisturizer. And of course, you can't forget about the lips. So I'm just so thankful that you tuned in with me on this first Mask in Chat with Jesus, Mask with Jesus. I don't know, I got to get the name together, y'all, but thank you for tuning in. I'm just going to link all the stuff that I've shared down in my description with you guys. So if you guys just kind of want to check those things out, look down there. But this is the book that I mentioned. Just Be Honest, How to Worship Through Tears and Pray Without Pretending by Clint Watkins. So I'm going to link that down below. This book was actually gifted to me by a really, really dear sister in Christ, big sister in Christ. And I'm so grateful for her. and just blessing me with this book. I just want to leave with you all just a scripture that I actually wrote just a short prayer to God about, and that I'm praying for us as well. And so it's just Romans 12:12. Rejoice in hope, be patient in affliction, and persistent in prayer. And so my prayer is that we can rely on God to help us to hope, help us rejoice in hoping, help us to find joy in the midst of the affliction that we're in, and that He would give us strength to be patient in affliction, and that He would help us to stay persistent in prayer. And so that's just my prayer for us, for me, for you. That's all I have today, y'all. Again, thank you so much for tuning in with me on this Mask and Chat. And I will see you guys, Lord willing, in the next one. So